Okay, so once you're in Photoshop, the first thing you're going to do is go to New File. Then you're going to go to the preset details and you're going to put in Fantasy Project 1 underscore rough draft, RD. And then we already have our numbers correct. So we have 18 inches wide and 12 inches high. Then we're going to go to 300 pixels per inch, which should be the default. And now on your computers, it probably has the default as RGB. We're going to change that to grayscale. So you're going to click down and change it to grayscale. The next thing is the preset for background will most likely be white. You're going to click down in the arrow on the right hand side and you're going to change that to transparent. This is so we can always see what opacity, whatever we're putting on, our file will show. And then we're going to say create. Okay, so there's our file. So what we need to do now is we need to look for some images. So we're going to do kind of a ghost with a moon and a sky. So we're going to go ahead and go to the browser and we're going to look up moon. So let's go ahead and put in moon.
Shall I go for any stock website?
Yeah, so go ahead and put in moon. And then pick the one that you like. And it can be color, it doesn't matter. But just pick the one that you think you really like. And then we're going to download that. Okay, and so now let's download that. And then before we go any further, let's change that where it's going. So you have raster design file. Let's go ahead and make a new folder. And we're going to call this one Project 1 Fantasy.
Project Fantasy?
Yes. And then, you know, it's our first project. And then create that. And then before we hit save, go ahead and create that. And now we're going to make another folder inside there. And we're going to call this one Image Assets. So that way we can find all of our images all the time. Okay? So now we'll say create. And then let's change the name of that on the top and just call it moon. And say save. All right. Now let's go look for another background sky or however you're thinking. Maybe night sky with, yeah, that's cool. That one already has a moon in it, but you'll probably want to make the moon bigger.
Yeah, this type of sky, right?
Yeah, but let's find one without the moon in it. That way you can bring in your own moon. Oh, that's cool. That one with the clouds there. You could maybe the one on the left.
Oh, this one. Oh, left this one, all right.
Yeah, maybe you can use that and kind of work with it. So let's download that one. We might get more than one and try different ones, so that's an issue. So let's call that Night Sky 1, so that way you kind of can differentiate and hit save. And now let's go back and look for another one. Oh, that's kind of cool, but that's like a morning one.
Yeah.
The ones on the left are kind of cool with the weird. Yeah.
Oh, or this one.
I don't know. You pick. You pick a couple that you like.
I think this will be better because we can increase the brightness and make it look like cool.
So let's call that Night Sky 2. So it's really important to label these things so that you can find them later on. Okay. And then you want to look for a ghost, yeah? And you can keep looking for more too, but this would be an interesting one to see what we can find for a ghost. Okay.
Okay, I was thinking like this type of something, but let's see if we can find the stock photo of it or not.
Okay, that's kind of a spooky, cute one, but too cute, huh?
Yeah.
We want something scary. Well, there was some underneath.
Dude, this works?
Yeah, but it's got a lot of shadows on that you would have to fix. You know, it's all about the images you pick, honestly. So put like, oh, that's interesting. The one with the person.
This one?
No, the one on the right, but both of those are cool.
This one.
Yeah, let's grab that one and grab that one with the red too.
Oh, red one is like to get the premium to download it.
Oh, never mind then. Then just write Ghost 1.
Ghost one.
Mm-hmm. And then, oh, look at that one.
Oh, well, here we got.
Yeah, that's a good one. Ghost 2. Now you may want to put other things in here too. Who knows? As you go forward. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now, one of the first things that we're going to want to do is bring in our background. So let's go back to Photoshop. And we're going to go up at the top where it says File, and we're going to go to File, Place, Embedded. So go ahead to scroll down, and then let's find your Project Fantasy. It's over to the right, your folder. And then the fast way to do that is if you go up to the top where it says Project Fantasy 1. So let's just cancel once for a quick second so you can see how this would work. Hit cancel, and now go to embed again. File, embed, place embedded.
File?
Yep, place embedded.
Wait, where is it?
There it is.
Place embedded.
All right, now if you go to the top, instead of clicking on any of the folders, click on the top. Yep, click. Now look what it does. It takes you right to image assets in the recent places.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's the fastest way to find the folder that you just made.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then we'll go to Night Sky and pick one of them. Nope, you don't have to drag it. You click on it and then say place. Okay, so now we see that we have a horizontal image that we want to put into a vertical, a vertical image that we want to put into a horizontal frame. So that's not necessarily what we want, but we could use it. And notice also that it didn't come in color. Harshal, do you know why it didn't come in color?
Because we set it to grayscale, I guess.
Correct. So the other thing I want you to do is I want you to go up to Window at the top where it says Plugins and Window. And I want you to go to, your workspace isn't showing up. Is this online?
No. I told you, right, that I'm having some issues in my Photoshop. So
yeah, so let's go to
last
Layers.
night I was working. It was all okay, but right now it's not showing at all.
Yeah, so let's go to Layers and hit Layers. Okay, so at least we have that. Now, let's go ahead and zoom out. So you can Command negative on your keyboard. So Command and the negative sign. There we go. Keep going a little more. And then see if it's not showing our toolbar. So let's go ahead and, it looks like you're on the Move tool, so I guess that's okay. Let's go ahead and go to a corner and drag the image out till it fits the whole space.
From here?
Yep. Keep going. And keep going on the bottom too. Keep going. More. There we go. So now let's move it around to get something that's pleasing. That's not too bad. All right. So now we're going to accept that. So if you look up at the top, it should have an accept sign, or hit the return button on your keyboard. Okay. Now we're going to go to the more bars next to where it says layers and it says paths in your layers palette on the right there. Nope, your actual layers palette, the one that's open. Yeah. So right next to on the edge of every palette, see where it says layers? And if you look down, it says normal, and then it says opacity. Okay, scroll over. And then above that, there's 4 lines or 3 lines. I call those the more bars or the hamburger, right? So that's on every layer, and that unlocks all these different tools. So the first thing we're going to do is convert to Smart Object. So we're going to scroll down till you hit convert up higher. Nope.
Wait.
Up higher. There we go. Convert to Smart Object. And now notice that you've got that double click there, right? So you've got, so if you double click on that, let's go ahead and double click on it once. On the image, not the word. On the icon, yep. Say okay. Now you get the whole thing. See that? So it's taking you to the original image. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to the bottom of that layers palette, and you'll notice that there's some things there. So there's effects, and then there's the mask, which we're not going to mask on this one. And then we're going to go to the next one, which is adjustments. Let's go to the adjustments. And then let's go to brightness and contrast, or levels, one of the two. Let's go to levels. Okay, so there's our levels, just like as if we were looking at the histogram in the other file. So notice how there's no black. So if we look at the little black slider right there above, not on the output, but underneath the actual histogram, let's drag that over to where the very first thing, see what happened down? Okay, not too much. Go back a little bit more. There we go. And now let's take the gray and let's move the gray towards the white. Okay, not too much. And then let's take the white and bring that over a little more, just a little. All right, so there we have a pretty convincing night sky. Okay, but you notice that it's on a level that's above. If you go to your layers palette now, look at your layers palette, it says levels. So turn the eye off on the levels. There it goes back to where it is. So see how it's not affecting your original layer. It's only, but let's turn it back on. And now we're going to go to File, Save, and hit Save. Okay. And now let's go back to the Fantasy Project 1 rough draft. That's your little tab that's right underneath where you are.
Oh no, but I mean, I have to open another image, right?
No, you don't have to open anything. Let's go back to the original one that we were just in, the one before we went to the Smart Object. So click on.
Okay, so here.
So to Fantasy Project 1. Nope. See your night sky shows up there, and also you see Fantasy Project 1.
Okay. Sorry.
So now you've got that darkened image. So now that's in there. So it's way darker than it was before. And to prove it, let's go back to the night sky again. Let's turn that levels layer off. Let's go back to your other image. Oh, it's still showing dark. And we hit save, didn't we? You did hit save, yes?
Yeah, I did. Wait, let me just save it another time, just to,
Just hit save, yeah. And now let's go back. There, it's dark. Now if we turn it off, it should not be there. So something might be going on with your Photoshop, but everyone kind of gets the idea. It's showing the dark, what we made really dark. So let's go back to the original Fantasy Project. And then let's go ahead and move it down a little bit so the clouds are kind of at the bottom. So we need to get to the move tool, and that's the letter V on your keyboard. And there we go. Let's drag that down the other way. It's not really showing the darkness on this.
Yeah.
I mean, it is though.
Can we just take the dark image that we already downloaded?
Yeah, let's go ahead and turn this layer off. So we're just going to turn that layer off. In the layers palette, go to the layers palette, and then turn the eye off. Just turn the eye off. There we go. And now let's go ahead and go File, Embed, and let's bring in a new one. Place Embedded.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. File.
Cancel. So you always want to go to Place. This is how you always need to bring in your images. You never should drag them in. Now we're going to go to the other sky and hit Place.
And it's also horizontal already.
I know. And so this is how you're working things out, though. Do you see that? So now we'll go ahead and hit Return.
Wait.
And you want to make sure you know which tab you're on. And hit Place. And there you are. So now you can see the other one. So hit Return. And there it is. Now it's embedded in there. So now let's go to the embed file and make that a smart object before we do anything else. We want all of our objects to be smart objects.
Wait, I think we need to zoom it a little bit.
Yeah, but let's make it a smart object first. So did you do it already? It looks like you may have.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. So now let's go ahead and bring in another object. Let's bring in the moon. So File.
Just a minute. Just a minute.
You're not going to do anything to that here. You're going to only do it in the smart object.
Okay.
So let's go to File, say Embed, and see how it automatically makes its own layer. So go to the moon.
Moon JPEG. Okay. Place.
And now make that into a smart object by going up to the top there. Yes. Hit return so it's in there. And now go to a smart object. There it is. So when you hit return, it automatically embedded it as a smart object. Now double click on the smart object.
Wait, I haven't. Okay, done.
So go to the layer and double click on the icon. There we go. And now let's go to, this is going to be hard because we can't see your tools. Go to window once. There, now we see workspace. Go to Essentials Default. Oh my goodness, that was a nightmare. Okay, now let's grab that out, and then see the double arrows that are next to the top where it has an X all the way to the top, and there's a higher, and click that. Yeah. Now let's go to where it has the magic wand, which is underneath the square, and click hard and hold, and go to the object selection. Okay. Now, before we do anything, we have to make a mask. So go to the layers palette and go to the bottom of the layers palette where all the little icons are.
Yeah, wait, okay. Oh, this is, okay, wait. The meetings, okay, done. All right, here I am.
Click there.
Here?
No, to the mask one, yes. And click and make a mask. So there's your mask, and make sure you're on it. Now get that object again. So get the object mask, right? And then go to the top where it says selection. So double click it so you see the moving marching ants on the moon, the physical moon.
Oh, where do I have to go right now?
Double click the moon.
Okay.
And then go hit, okay. So let's try it again. It could be your program too. I'm not really sure. So you should be able to see, click it once. And then go up to, yeah, see it? You see the little marching ants? There we go. Yeah. Then we're going to go to the top where it says selection. In the blue. Left-hand side. Says type. And then it says edit image layer selection. So click
type.
Selection, select. So go next to the word type and go to where it says select.
Wait, what?
Go back to type and go next to it, and there's another word there that says select.
Type?
Nope, next to the word type, select.
Okay, select. Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
At the Photoshop panel.
I know. So now go to inverse, and the fast key for that is shift. Nope, go up one. Inverse. So it's like and now you've got the background. So go ahead and hit delete.
Wait.
Yeah, no. It's not from the city. It might be a pipe in your house. I would go downstairs. Sometimes like if you have anything that's near the wall, a lot of people just turn that hot water on. Okay, I gotta go though. I really gotta go. Okay, bye. Okay, moving forward. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and hit save. File save. The best laid plans. And now we're gonna go back to our original, Fantasy Sky, and there's your moon. And now you can drag your moon around. So go to your move tool. Say okay. You have to use your move tool though. So your move tool is the one with it looks like a cross with the all the arrows on it above that, all the way over to the very upper left. Okay, there we go. Yeah. That's your move tool. So now go ahead and move it around wherever you want it. Look at that.
Looks like the moon is on Earth.
I know, it's big though. Looks pretty cool. I like the way that the picture already has like a reflection happening around it. So there's
Mm-hmm.
other things you could do, like so let's just move that moon up a little bit higher, just a little bit. Okay. And then let's make a layer in between the moon and the night sky. So let's just go ahead and make a new layer. And the fast way to do that is at the bottom of your layers palette, it's got a plus sign next to the garbage. That's make a new one. So we'll just call this a glow and say okay. Now this is like kind of a cool way to do this. So drag that layer underneath your moon. There we go. So now it's in between. Now let's go to the selection area on your keyboard and go to the ellipse. So, I mean, not on your keyboard, in your toolbar. So go to the ellipse, up higher, go higher. There we go. That's your, and click and hold. And there's your ellipse, and click. And now come over and hold your shift key and make a circle. And keep making it so it's bigger than the moon.
Yeah.
So hit cancel.
So we want bigger than the moon?
Yes, bigger than the moon. A little bit more, bigger, bigger. More, bigger. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, now we're going to kind of center it around the moon, and now we're going to fill it. So we're going to go to Edit, up at the top in the blue area.
Okay, yeah, Edit.
And go to Fill. So it's at the top of the fourth one down, I think. There we go. And we're going to just fill it with white. So go to where it says Content Aware at the top. And we'll just say white. It's at the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll say okay. Okay. Now, we can do some things, right? So let's go to the selection modify. So at the top it says select again, next to edit, and we're going to go to where it says modify. And we're going to feather that edge. Okay, so we made it pretty big. So let's say we're going to do a 30, or let's say a 40 pixel feather. See if we like that.
45? 45?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, that didn't really do much, did it?
Nope.
Let's zoom in and try it again. And this time let's zoom way in so we can really see what's going on. So let's do like 150. Just to make sure that it's not. Yeah, now we can see it. So see that edge there?
Yeah.
So now, it's not, I don't really like the way it's working.
Yeah.
Let's go down and do 300.
Is it even working?
I think it is. There. No, it's not really showing it. And then hit return. Yeah, no, it's not showing it at all.
Yeah, I mean, it will get like a fade, right?
Yeah, it should be a fade. Okay, so in that case, let's go ahead and try something different. And let's deselect. So Command D. Okay, now whenever you want to select something, like if we turned all the layers off except for the glow layer, let's turn off the moon, turn off the night sky. So all the eyes, yep. And now if we take our selection tool, which is the magic wand, so let's go to the magic wand. It's the one you were on before with object select. Click and hold. Nope, got to click and hold.
This one, right?
Yes.
Object select.
Yeah, click and hold, push down and hold. Then go to the magic wand, right? And so now just click on the transparent area. So now it takes everything but the wand, right? And then if you want to just take the inside area, so we can reverse it, we go to selection and inverse. So notice how the magic, like the little moving lines are on the outside. Now they're not. Now they're just there, right? So that's one way to select the image. So, normally the tool would have worked for us, but for some reason it's not, and I'm not really sure why. But what we can do is we can do some things like we could use a brush and we could change the way that image is working, and then we could change the transparency. So let's try that. So let's go to the eraser tool again.
Eraser.
Yep, the eraser,
Okay.
letter E. Okay. And remember how we said everything, yep, there's the eraser. And remember how we said everything has you can do different blending modes on it. So
Mm-hmm.
at this point, let's go to the top where it says opacity, and let's drop it down to, it's right up at the top where the tool is. And then we're going to go to 20%.
Wait, 20%?
Yep, real small. There we go. So that means that, there we go, that something like that is fine. And now let's make the brush really big. All right, now it's
Oh
too
no.
big. There we go. And let's kind of go around the edge and start erasing some of that. Mhm.
I think it's more sharper.
Yeah, you want to make your edge soft, the brush soft. So do you know how to do that?
Smoothing.
Yeah, but you should be able to do it on your keyboard. So if you take your keyboard and hold down Control Option and hold it
Mm.
down.
Control.
Control Option, both of them together.
Oh, Control Option.
Okay, now don't let go. You can't let go. You got to keep holding.
Mm-hmm.
Control Option.
Okay, and then just start erasing.
No. You need to hold Control Option down, and we should see red. And now don't let go. And now take your finger on your trackpad and push your finger up. Keep going, higher, higher, higher. Do you see the edge of the brush changing from sharp? No. If you go left, it's going to make it smaller. If you go right, it'll make it bigger.
Okay, yeah.
And now if you go up, it'll get soft. And if you go down, it'll get hard. So left is small. Up is soft. See that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get you to do before. But that's okay. It's a little tricky, right? Okay, so now let's start erasing. And just keep going until you don't really see too much. Keep going. We're starting to see the background. So let's turn that one background image on just for the heck of it so we can see what's happening.
Wait just a minute.
Now, normally we've been able to do this quickly with modify. So keep going on the edge till it's almost gone. There we go. And we just keep going. Don't get too crazy. And then let's, just for the heck of it, yeah, get that hard edge. Yep, get that gone. Now, just for the heck of it, let's go to the blending mode on the layer. So we're going to go to our layer underneath, at the top, and then our layers palette, and then at the top where it says normal, we're going to go to the blending mode and we're going to try some different ones. Go to overlay, see what that looks like. Ooh. Keep
So
going.
basically, Dr. Kenny, when I was using Express, right, on my iPad I showed you.
Yeah.
So it was way easier, honestly, than this one.
Okay, but that's not helpful for learning the
Yeah.
actual program. And because you're being recorded, we're going to stay in Photoshop for the class, yes?
Okay, of course.
Thank you. Okay. So let's try to go to a couple of the other ones and keep looking and seeing what different things we can do. And let's try.
Go for linear dodge and just decrease the opacity, I guess.
Yeah, you could try that. But you see how he's trying different things and different things are going to happen?
Yeah.
So you don't, yeah, try the, I don't think screen is what you want. Screen is going to be too white.
Yeah, like a solid white.
It's a solid, it gets rid of the black pixels underneath. So you don't want screen. You're going to want like overlay or one of those. You're not going to want that middle section. You're going to want the section either above it or below it.
Mm,
Yes, those are the ones you want. So you want to try overlay is kind of good. So that actually shows, like, see how it brightens it up around it?
yeah, so the soft light is better than overlay, I
Yeah,
guess.
I agree. And so let's keep trying some different ones. So that you can see how much you can really change a lot by using these.
Yeah.
So as much as it's easier, it's also kind of dumbed down, Harshal,
Yeah.
because there's so many more tiny little minute things you can do in here. So let's go with soft light. I think that looked pretty good. And let's go ahead and turn our moon back on. And then let's hit the delete on Command D to get rid of our selection. Okay, so now you can see where you could come back in, even though you're not selected, you could come back in with that eraser brush and clean up some of those hard edges. Yep, there you go. Yep, that's it.
Okay.
And so now you've created more of a glow around there than you might have had originally. But here's the other thing, like, okay, so let's really get that one area on the far right where you are. See, that's still got a little line there.
Mm, here? Oh, yeah.
And then down in the bottom right. Yep, right in there. Okay, now let's go grab our move tool. And see, we can still see that that's grabbed our glow again. And let's make our glow bigger. Oh, look at that. So now we've created an effect that we can completely control.
Wait, so if we just drag the moon downside the glow, will it have... Oh, doesn't it look much better?
I don't know. It looks a little bright to me. But yeah, I mean, you can definitely go back and affect the moon too. So let's go back up to the moon, like bring the glow back under it.
Okay, yeah, done.
It's above
Oh,
it, yeah.
under it. Okay.
And now you can go to the moon layer, and you
Mm-hmm.
can go to the selection of the blending modes, and you can blend the moon too. I know, crazy, right?
Yeah.
And so you may or may not. Sometimes you can even put 2 or 3 moons on there. So like you could duplicate that moon layer and you could affect one with a blending mode and leave the one solid and you could darken it and still leave it solid underneath, right? The hard light looks pretty cool. But before you do that, let's leave it normal just to kind of show you. All right, and now let's duplicate the layer. So we're going to go to the more bars in the layers palette and we're going to go up at the top to say duplicate layer. Okay, and say okay. So now we have 2 moons. We're going to go to the top moon and we're going to change the blending mode on that. And now see how you still see the other moon underneath it all the way? And you can change the opacity of that blending mode. So let's say you go to darken, and now, okay, so now you just want to slightly darken, so you want to change the opacity. So right next to it, yes. And then you can go ahead and change that opacity. And so now you've got that kind of, eeriness that you were going for. And you can keep going and going and going with these. So does
Yeah.
everyone kind of see the process of how you are bringing things in and then adjusting them? Now, I don't know that that ghost is going to work in the water that you got. You might want to have some land or something down in the bottom here. So that might be a thing. Like, let's say you wanted that glow to kind of come down to the ghost. So you could change the shape of the glow. So if you take that, go to your glow again,
Glow.
and then take the bottom of the bounding box. So go to your move tool and grab the bounding box and the middle white square in the bounding box at the bottom of the glow.
Wait, here?
No, on your picture.
Okay, I'm a picture.
You don't want the moon. You don't want the moon. You want to have only the glow.
Okay, glow.
And then so the bounding box is showing. So go to the middle square. Nope, the one on the bottom.
Oh, here. Okay.
And now drag down. See what's happening to the water?
Yeah, it's getting reflected. I mean, the light.
Yeah, so if you hold your shift key and now take the two side box and drag those in. The two side white squares. Not the bottom ones, the side ones. Nope.
Okay, that's one.
And hold your shift key and bring it in. Bring it in. Yeah, there we go. And now bring the other side in. And then drag the bottom one down again, holding your shift key. All the way to the bottom, up past the image. See what can happen? So if you want something to feel like there's like a glow on it alone, you can alter that glow that you made. You can alter the shape of it.
Okay.
Is that making sense now?
Yeah.
So normally you should be able to go into modify. I don't know if it's because we were on Zoom or what was happening that it wouldn't allow us to do it. But normally you should be able to go into modify and you should be able to like make the outside of that glow have that soft edge. But for some reason it didn't want to let us do it, so we found a separate way. Remember what I told you about Photoshop? If there's one way to do it, there's 5 ways to do it. So we just took the eraser brush and erased it back.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to stop there. When we're done with this whole project, when everything is done, we're going to go to File, Save As. And right now we're going to keep it as a PSD file, and you're going to move it out of your image assets. So you're going to go to your image project Fantasy 1. And now we're going to create a new folder. So we want to see the arrow that's next to where it says Project Fantasy 1. Nope, the one next to that. We always want that open. So that way we always see everything. We always want to have that open. So now we're going to go down to where it says New Folder in the bottom left corner. And we're going to make a new folder and we're going to call it Rough Drafts. So it's not going to be mixed in with all of our other stuff and we don't have to look for it. It's always there. So this is our Rough Draft 1. Like, so we can give it, say create. So we can do at the top, we can put a 1 behind RD. So now you're on the wrong side. Yep, there we go. And now hit save.
Okay.
And say okay. So now you've got one rough draft saved. We got it done in a very short period of time, but you can see how quickly you can start bringing stuff in. So is this helpful to everybody?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, when you bring in the images, you don't have to worry about turning them into grayscale because they're going to be grayscale because your master file is grayscale. If we go back and look at those smart objects, they're going to be in color. But it doesn't matter because when it comes in, it stays in grayscale. So hopefully this gets everyone started on their fantasy projects. I will see you online on Thursday, and I'm hoping to see some very cool things. All right. Bye, everybody.
All right.
Dr. Kenny, I just have a question.